Hello there, welcome to another Mariposa Yoga video. Today, from the comfort of my home, together with my dogs, I am sharing with you, and also doing it, sweating here, a yoga and movement sequence. So it's gonna be challenging. Take your time to pause whenever you want or go slower, no rush. I'm just gonna offer here a fast version of these exercises, and so it's perfect if you want to wake up and activate your body immediately, opening shoulders, everything. All right, so we're gonna start right away, standing up. Take a deep breath and exhale. Then bring your chin in, look inside, maybe close your eyes if you want, and we're gonna make circles around the neck. And go slow or fast if you feel like that suits you better. And make the circles with some mindfulness. Breathe in slowly. And then we're gonna go on the other side. I have to move my braid, of course, away out of my face. But continue there, making some nice circles, opening the shoulders and the back muscles. All right, and then come back to center. Try to feel your body in this space. And then we're gonna do some stretches for the spine. So bring your arms in a T and then bring the top of the front of your shoulder back. So this is what we call external rotation of the shoulders, and then bring your arms up. Then from here, grab your right triceps with your left hand. Inhale, lengthen out through your spine and mostly to your right side of your ribs. And then exhale, bend sideways to the left. And as you bend to the left, I want you to keep pressing your right foot into the ground to find anchor in there. And so that allows you for a deeper stretch. And exhale. You can also stick your hand to your upper arm or place your neck and head wherever they feel nice. Take another inhale, breathing into the right side of your rib cage. And exhale, come back to center. Release the arms, give them a nice shake. And then again, arms in a T. External rotation, so shoulders to the back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, grab your left triceps or upper arm. And exhale, bend to the right. And as you bend to the right, lean into your left hip, left foot, strong into the mat. Finding anchoring. And keep breathing to your right side. You can also notice there is a rounding of the spine as I inhale. And exhaling, that allows me to bend deeper. So keep the upper arm straight, and with your right hand, you pull your body more sideways. And then another inhale. Keep pressing into your feet. And exhale. Release the arms. And now we're gonna do some twist and chair pose. So come to the middle of the mat. You can have your feet together or slightly wide apart. And then I want you to inhale. Well, we start here standing up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, let's sit in the invisible chair. As you sit, hips back, but still try to bring weight into your toes. And then hands together in front of your heart. All right, here comes a really interesting part. I want you to breathe in, rounding your spine, mostly your middle spine. And exhale, twist. And twist from the spine rather than from the hips like this. Yeah? So you keep the legs where they are, strong. Only twist the upper body. Keep rounding the back as you breathe in. Exhale, twist more and lower until you can bring your left elbow to the outer part of your right knee. And when you are here, keep doing the same. Breathe in, round the spine. Exhale, twist. Now that was a slow way, but we're gonna do faster versions of these. What's very important is I want you to keep your knees level. so next to each other, and no one any more sticking than the other one. That also, you're gonna feel that in your hips, like the hips are coming to center square. All right, so from here, inhale, come to the center, exhale, twist to the left, elbow to the left knee, inhale, find your posture here, exhale, twist more. And then we go like this. If you have your legs together, it will look something like this. Inhaling, exhaling, twisting. Inhaling, exhaling, twisting. We're gonna do 4 more on each side. Inhaling and twisting. Keeping your hips low. Exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling, twist. Inhaling, exhaling. So this is a fast hello wake up morning. And last one, come to center. Exhaling, forward fold. And let your legs feel the release sensations nicely. Now keep your feet wide. Inhaling, bring your hands on your legs or your thighs. Exhale, forward fold. You can also have here your knees micro bent or more bent. But I want you to find a stretch here on the hamstrings and then releasing the head. Take a breather here. Feel the sensations in your legs. We're gonna start with the next movement part. So it's a combination. This class is again doing stretches, but then we work on something challenging to find strength, mobility, and flexibility in general. All right, time to go. We're gonna come here on high plank. So I want you to bring your legs back, shoulders on top of the hands, index finger straight forward, and then open your fingers evenly. And then shoulders on top of your wrists. Walk your toes back, and then bring your heels on top of your toes. Keeping your spine, the upper spine, upper back somewhat rounded, and then your hips a bit lower, and then you're gonna feel more work at your core. All right, from here, I'm gonna do slow at first, and then we do it faster. So I want you to bring your right knee in, bring your shoulders more forward, knee goes to the upper armpit, right side, then the knee lowers, but not touches the floor, doesn't touch the floor. Then you twist to the left, the knee to the left armpit, and back to the right armpit, and step back. Left leg. Inhale, knee to the center, then to the upper left armpit, then lower, then across to the right side, up, right, back to the left, and step back. Take a moment if you need, if you were doing it with me, or if you were just watching. Let's come back into high plank. We're gonna go. We're just gonna try to aim to do 5 on each side, so no worries if you need more time. Knee in, upper armpit, right side low, left, up to the right, and then back. Left knee. Continue, keeping your core tight. I'm shaking tremendously. This is always harder when I'm doing it, of course, than when I'm planning it to do it. It's definitely a lot for your shoulders and your core. Try to breathe to the nose. Last one on each side. Hoo, hoo, hoo. And then come back on your knees. This is a big sweat. Big sweating time. Take a moment to breathe. We're gonna go and meet in Cobra, or with the chest or the front of the body on the mat. So, come and lay on your chest, front of the feet against the mat, lifting your kneecaps. You can notice immediately glutes needs to be contracted. Then, gosh, I'm still breathing heavily. Then I want you to bring fingertips wide, so wider than your mat, and a little bit behind your armpit area. And then the fingertips really straight and active, yeah? So try not to hyper bend them like this. All right, then from here, look inside, inhaling, raising the chest, raising your spine. And as you exhale, you look up, and so you lower down. Look in, inhaling, look up, exhaling. 2 more times, inhaling, exhaling. Last time. Beautifully. Now, hands back to center, curl your toes, press your knees down. We're gonna push back up into downward facing dog. So push with your hands. Then come and stand on your feet. Bring your hips up to the ceiling and then back. So that action lengthens your arms. And then here, go ahead and walk your dog. You can stretch, you can move fast, or you can just stay here in a quiet, nicely behaved dog. And just take a breather. We're gonna move to another very intense part because we're gonna work more on the shoulder, and that's gonna give us a lot of strength and mobility, but it might be very challenging now. No worries, take a pause whenever you want, or go slower. All right, so we're gonna go into Dolphin first. So I lower my arms. You can see my elbows are in a line with the wrists. And then I bring my shoulders on top of my elbows. And then I walk a little bit closer. All right, then from here, it has 3 steps, this exercise. You inhaling, finding a strength in your core. Exhaling, nose goes towards the hands. You can touch the mat or you can hover around, then you go back. From here, pressing your inner hands really strong into the mat and towards each shoulder. This action takes body weight away from your elbows, and then you can lift your elbows up. A stretch, short, standing, downward facing dog. And then we go back down with control, kissing the floor, forward, back. So now you can see my shoulders first move back, strain into my hands, lift the elbows up. That's gonna feel incredibly challenging or heavy for your triceps, and that's the work we're gonna do. All right, we're gonna do 5 of those. So elbows down, inhaling, exhaling, nose forward, back to Dolphin, shift your hips, your weight back, lift the elbows, and so. Two more. Nicely. All right, and then come and take a seat. Take another breather. Time to catch up your breath for the next one. The next one is gonna be more about the hips. So really nice to switch between type of exercises so we can rest in those muscles. So for the next one, I want you to come, find the widest side of your mat. Come on the right side of the mat. Then you open your left leg to the left side. Sometimes it's possible to bring the outer edge of your foot down, but it's okay to have it lifted. But if you can, try to press the outer edge of your left foot down. Then here, imagine that something is here in between your legs and you want to press it. Yeah, so this activates your inner thighs and leg muscles everywhere. I'm still catching my breath. Right. From here, we're gonna do gatekeeper. It's a stretch pose. So inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, bend to the left, how we did in the same way we did at the beginning. Then left hand down. Inhaling, finding length in your spine. Exhaling, deeper to the left. And then just breathe here, keeping your core tight, your ribs, your lower ribs in. So you use more the back muscles and find a space in your spine. And then exhale, come back to center. Then lower your hands right under your shoulders, or maybe a little bit forward. Actually, that forward is better. So I need to move like this. So find enough space between, like if you were doing a cat pose, that there's this distance between your hands and your knee. Then from here we're gonna abduct, so lifting the left leg. So make sure you are nicely supported on your hands. Then come on your edge of your inner arch of your left foot, and then lift. When you lift, you have to use your rotators and your glutes a lot. So, and keeping your core tight, lift. We're gonna do 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close the hip. We're gonna move to the other side of the mat. Coming onto the left side of the mat. Extending, placing the right foot wide. Then again, as much as possible, press the outer edge of your right foot down to find length on the outer edge of your leg. And then imagine you have something big here, like a big beach ball or something, and you want to press it. Press your legs towards each other. Having that, find your spine is straight or straight as possible. Inhaling, bring arms up. Exhaling, bending to the right, then lower the right hand down. Inhaling, finding a space on your left side of your rib cage. Lengthening, exhaling, bending even more. And then as usual, bringing your belly button in, tucking the lower ribs also in. And this allows for more space on the left side of your body and therefore more bending. Last inhale and exhale. Come back to center. Lower your hands down. So I'm gonna show you more from this angle. So you come hands down, shoulders on top of the hands. There is enough distance between your hands and your knees. You lean enough forward so there is less weight on your hips. Then lift the leg. So the first lift is hard to understand because the tendency is to kind of sink into your shoulders so that you can lift the leg easy. I want you to really bring around your upper back, so strength in your upper back, and then lift your right leg as much as that can be done. It doesn't matter if you bring it really high. It's hard, I know it's hard work, and that's why we're training this. All right, so we're doing, let's say 6 more. So 5, 3, 2, 1. Jesus, I don't know how to count. I missed the 4. Then let's come into camel pose. Take a breather again. Then, so for the camel pose and camel stretches, it's mostly for the shoulders. You can have your feet flat on the mat or you can have your toes curl. Then you sit a moment and you find your right hand on your right heel, and then you push from here. So first thing is think of the external rotation of your right arm. So you can see my bicep moves more forward. I have a weird shape here, don't worry about that. Think it's about the upper arm. External rotation. Then from here, pushing the hips forward. There is a space here. And then the last step, nicely rounding the shoulder to the back, and then find a nice half camel pose. We're going back the same way. So left hand to the left heel, then extend a rotation of the arm, hips forward, then the right arm is rounding into the hips and the shoulder socket, and then to the back. And we go back to the same way. We're gonna do these 5 on each side. And a little bit faster, but you can also go slower or take a pause if you need. Using your breath. This is the second time. So every time, think really about the shape of your joints, third time, and how you can move smoothly in those joints. So go with the shape of your body. You can see that I'm rounding here my back. This is the 4th time. And when you find support in your foot, you can push the hips forward. Find a nice, beautiful back bend here. Last time on the right. And last time on the left. And if you want, you can play here, putting the right hand also back into the heel, if that there is enough space for your joints, and then move back. And just to complement, I'm also going to move my left hand to the right heel. You really need to press your glutes towards each other, shifting your body weight to the front, and then go back the same way. All right, that was a really nice one for opening the shoulders and making space for the back. So definitely welcome to do that one. Now we're gonna move into pigeon and also do a fun transition movements for the hips. So for this one, I want you to bring the foot as close as possible to your, so closing the knee as much as possible, and then the front of your foot as much as possible against the mat. Then from here, you bring your left leg back. What's important here is your hips are as much as possible, again, trying to facing forward. Yeah, so no, try to keep some nice in the integrity of your hips by having them next to each other. So this step 1. Then from here, you're gonna sit. Then you're gonna lower your chest. The hands are not gonna touch the floor, that's the challenge. And then you're gonna move your hips and your left leg forward. Maybe you are somewhere here, that doesn't matter, but if you can straighten your leg. And then going back is more challenging for me, but I'll go slow. And then I try to sit again on my chin. Yeah, hips are square, length in my spine. Then I'm gonna do this 4 more times. So the first one, try to go slow so you really understand what that means for you, what that means for you, the shape of your bones and your body. And then you can go a little bit faster. Yeah, so 2 more. And last one. Then we're going to the other side. So come, close your left knee. Closing, bringing the top of your foot against the mat. Straighten as much as possible the right leg behind. That's step 1, no hands on the floor. Then you sit, lower the chest, bringing the right leg slowly forward to the other side, and then back. First, you find the top of the right foot against the mat, turning your kneecap in, slowly and careful with your own body shape, and then try to lift your hips up, straighten your spine. And then we go 4 more. You see, I have to play with the shifting the weight forward and then back as I need to move around the hip socket. I lost the count, but I think 1 more. And last one in pigeon, half pigeon or pre-pigeon. And then we're gonna come and sit wide. All right, so we have talked about this one in a previous video. So again, we're gonna widen the legs, make sure that you're really sitting on your sitting bones. And what really I want you to understand is how can you shift your skin and your thigh bone to the back. So internal rotation. Yeah, also on the left side. And what does that is that your gluteus and your pelvis or sitting bones are more back. More space here at the front to bend deeper and down. So in a way, we're also helping the knee to find some nice stretch without reaching the point of pain. All right, so you can point the toes or flex the toes. I'm gonna give preference today for flexing the toes since that feels nicer for me. Then take an inhale. The first one is hands down. Exhaling, we're gonna move back and forth, finding what's going on with the hamstrings and the inner thigh muscles, and you can also move your chest from left to right. Right, then from here, we're gonna do the challenging part, but very important to start building up some strength on your hip flexors. So that's optional. You can have your hands forward or back. Back is easier, forward is a bit more challenging. And then I'm gonna do it with the hands back. You find length in your spine, lean your spine a little bit back, and then activate your legs as much as possible so you can lift them. Yeah, and then we go like this. Now for me, once I have them up, I want to point my toes because that feels like it gives me more strength for my legs when they are in the air. And this is what will happen if I have them forward. It's a lot harder, but I'm gonna try. 3, I'm gonna do 7 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let go. Now we did first one with the hands down, the stretch forward, and then we did these movements in the hip flexors and hips. Now we're gonna again do a forward fold with the legs wide. So again, you find your legs wide. Make sure you're sitting nicely, as much as possible, tilting your pelvis forward, but still finding your spine straight. Now this time the hands won't be touching the mat or the legs. Keep them high, and then I want you to bend forward. You can choose to stay here, or you can go from back forward. Inhaling, exhaling. Or if you're here, simply stretching, you go nice and gentle breathing as much as possible through your nose. And if you need is telling you, something in you is telling you, maybe I should close my legs, do it. Yeah, or I need to bend my legs, do it. Yeah, you can also do it from here with knees bent, since it's still targeting the inner thigh muscles. All right. One more breathing here, and exhaling. And then come and sit back. We're gonna come into crane pose, which is an arm balance. We can do it slowly and with control. You may do it completely with feet off the floor or just one foot at a time. We're still doing all the prep work and working really hard with our arms. So go ahead and bring your big toes together. opening the ankles or the heels. Then place your hands down, index finger straight forward, bend as much as possible, flexing at your hips, and then placing the knees against your triceps. That's one triceps, or the knees to the outside of your arms. But then in that case, you need to have your feet wider. So that's option one. I'm gonna do it first from here. Then once you have your knees against your arms, so you push your feet, knees away, and then your knees want to also press your arms together. That action of resistance is really powerful. I want you to keep having that. And then you lean forward until you come on your big toes. You can raise one leg, stop, go back, and then do the other leg. Or you may lean so much and have the strength that you can lift also your other foot. And with your knees inside of your, or as much closer to your armpits, then it's easier if you bring your big toes together, ankles wide, then place your knees against your upper arm, and then you start to lean so much forward, you lift one foot, the foot is as close as possible to your hip, you glute, and then you do the other one, always leaning forward. And maybe you manage to do both feet off the floor. And when you do that, always think about lifting the heels towards your glutes and then looking forward. Look where you want to go. And then step back. That was hard work as well. And now we're going to lay on the back. Start to finally cool down. So, on your back, find your breath again. Go ahead and grab the edges of your mat. Bring your knees in, and then with momentum, swing your legs back. Yeah, until your hips are above your elbows, or this on top of your belly. And then your legs are hovering above the mat. And then you can stay here, or you can bring the hands, elbows first come in, and then hands supporting the spine. And then you can bend your knees, heels towards your glutes. You can stay here, or you can straighten your knees. And if you have this, then you can come with your legs up. Point your feet and find the balance here. You can be anywhere in this pose with the legs also back, because we're still targeting here. The hips are inverted. We are in an inversion here. All right, time to come out. When you're coming out, you can help your hips with your hands to really go slow. And then feet down. We are ready for the last stretch, which is a simple bridge. You can press your hands down, then inhale, raise your hips up. Take a breath, and then release. And go ahead, I really invite you to stay a moment here with your legs straight in front of you. Hands on the mat alongside you. Taking a note of what the sensations are there in your body. What's happening through your head. What kind of thoughts are you having? Just noticing anything that's happening right here and right now. And then if you want to stay longer, doing a longer Savasana, go ahead and pause the video now. And then you come back once you're ready to finish with me. And otherwise, take another deep breath. And exhaling. Then lay on your right side, keeping your eyes closed, with your hands lift. And come and sit again with crossed legs. Finding length in your spine, hands, palms together in front of the heart. Inhaling and exhaling deeply. And then look down or bring your gaze down and slowly open your eyes. And welcome yourself again into this moment. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I love doing these kind of practices in which you push yourself a little bit hard or hard sometimes, and then you go back and try to give yourself some love, time to breathe, relax. And then I just really love the way of exercising and moving through my life like this. So welcome to always join me in these classes, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.